So, right, undoubtedly one of the biggest trends of the industry has been the move to over-the-top OTT services. What does this mean to Conax in being able to secure the wild west of over-the-top?
It means a lot, actually. We have been into the set-top box and the hardware security for a long time. We are very good at that. We have been looking for software-based security for a while. Once we move into the internet world of OTT, we have to rely on software, at least for some devices. We try to be flexible. We want to utilize the best available security for all devices, but it also means essentially that we have to deal with pure software-based solutions, which is new. We have been reluctant on that side, but we think now we are able to provide software solutions that are good enough.
You've moved really into software-based solutions from traditional hardware. What's that meant to you as a company? How have you changed?
As I said, we've been doing this for a while, so it's not that big a change technically, but it's certainly a change to our customers. They need our advice. We need to be there, help them putting together solutions. There are essentially no real sustainable business models for OTT yet, so we have to help them on everything to get started and how to stage this. So it's more kind of a broadening of Conax business.
What's the biggest challenge in OTT security? What type of threat are your customers, the operators, likely to face, and how can you help them?
Generally, I think the biggest threat is that all the devices that are in question are very open. So they are open for services, but they're certainly also open for the pirates. And we cannot get access to the kind of bits and bytes down there. We cannot get access to operating systems on all devices and such things. So you have to build security on a higher level than we used to do previously.
How difficult is it in customers are now choosing iPads and tablets rather than a set-top box to access content? What does that make an even bigger challenge?
It is a bigger challenge, and it will be a bigger challenge. I think to start with, the valuable content will still stay on your TV and your set-top box, but eventually, of course, customers would like to have the valuable content also on the iPads, and that will certainly be a challenge. We have to do this step by step, staging up security as we stage up valuable content.
Another key trend that we've been seeing are pay TV operators move into cloud-based services. How can you help to protect cloud-based content?
Well, I think you have to secure the content on both sides. To us, we are focused on securing the transmission from the operator to the client end-to-end, which also means that we sort of have to take into account also where the content is stored and things like that. But at the end of the day, it won't be that big difference to us, I think. It's more important for the operators to utilize the cloud. For us to protect the content is essentially the same.
How different are the operators these days? Are they asking you to solve different challenges?
Yeah, certainly. They are very uncertain about what will actually OTT mean to them. It's a bit like the first video on demand stuff. It was more like somebody else are talking about this, perhaps I need it. It's a kind of a churn protection mechanism. But eventually VOD moved into being business. And I think also OTT will move in that direction.
So how long do you think that would take?
I think we will see sustainable business models shortly. And within 2 years from now, I think as an operator, you will have to have an OTT service available.
Looking out in the future, what do you see as technologically the biggest challenge to content protection?
I think it's this kind of scalable protection that you can utilize security features that are inherent in different devices. Because just relying on software solutions on a very high level is it's a risky business, actually.
And finally, Tore, if you had one message to the content industry, it's their products that everyone needs to make services. What would it be? What is Conax going to be saying to Hollywood?
I would actually recommend them to move into this direction. I think the music industry essentially has succeeded. I think they should not be afraid for the cloud, but they should talk to the guys like Conax and the other DRM-CA vendors to ensure that protection is optimized.
Got a few noddies to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
flashing is recording, right? Right?